On est live en ce moment.
Excellent.
On est live sur twitch.tv. Mais on est sur la slide avec moi qui parle. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this online NorthSec AMA session. Today, I'm Emile, co-VP CTF, and today I have with me Serge Olivier, President of NorthSec. I have Laurent, David, and Joey, Challenge Designers this year. I have Mathieu, VP of Training. I have Florencia and Hugo, which are VP of Conference. And I have Jonathan Marcil, or Discord Ninja, which will all be presenting different parts of the NorthSec organization. I will be going over all the artwork that our team has been cooking through the year, and I hope this will get you excited for the upcoming edition of NorthSec in 2 weeks. Before we jump in, please up in our Discord channel, and the AMA portion will be happening in there. So please ask all your questions in general, and please mention who the question is directed to. You can also say that the question is just directed to anyone, but if you have someone in particular that you would like to ask a question to, please mention it. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Serge Olivier, which will start the presentations. Serge Olivier, you appear to be muted.
Of course, technology. So welcome everyone, take two. It's a pleasure for me to host, well, not to host, but to be able to present some information about what NorthSec is, what are the values behind NorthSec, and what you can expect from this event this year. There's a lot of stuff that we will cover. We'll try to cover it quickly so that we can collect the questions right after. So as you can see, the conference will be held on May 21st. During the day, there's a ton of stuff that Florencia and Hugo will tell you about. Then we'll hold the legendary CTF that will start on Friday evening until Sunday afternoon. And then there will be the training sessions, which are used to be held before the event. Now they will be held after the event this year. So please, you can switch slide. Thank you. Thank you. So, well, I'm going to first introduce what is the event, then Jonathan Marcil, which is our guru and clearly our MVP this year, is going to present what you can expect from the stream and the online venue that is Discord this year. Then we'll talk about the competition, what to expect in such a competition, because that's quite unique. And I know for a fact that for many people, this can be intimidating, especially if it's your first CTF competition. Then we're going to talk about what to expect for the training sessions, the conference workshop. We will talk about our badge, which is making a lot of noise this year. It's a very beautiful piece of design. We will then discuss the shop very quickly, what you can find over there. And then a short discussion about sponsors and why they matters. And if you want to be a sponsor, what are the steps you can do? You can go forward. So NorthSec has been ranked one of the top 10 security events in the world from this website called InfoSec Conferences. This is an honor, and it's something that we believe is more and more true, and we will probably eventually go to the top 5 and eventually top 1 conference in the world. I have no doubt about that. It is also a non-profit organization, organized from the community, for the community. This is very important, and we're going to see that in the next slide. So NorthSec started in 2013 by a bunch of people who were really into CTF competition, so capture the flag competition, and they were doing these competitions in international. They were participating in international competitions, and they came up with the idea, why don't we, well, we have a bunch of awesome people in Montreal, very talented InfoSec professional and practitioners, and they came up with the idea, why don't we make the hardest CTF possible, a competition that you cannot win? And so this idea that started very slowly at a Montreal University called ETS, gathered a bunch of people, and quickly it gained traction and became bigger and bigger and bigger, and now we are close to 1,500, 2,000 participants. I forgot what I wanted to say at this slide. So basically, NorthSec is an event that is really gathering together the community of Montreal, trying to make talent shine. And InfoSec conferences are extremely important event. This is because I'm having a brain freeze right now. So InfoSec conferences are extremely important event because they allow you to explore technology, how it works, how it should work, how it shouldn't work, especially. And these events should definitely be, I'm sorry, can we cut? I'm having the hardest time of my life right now.
No worries. I think what you were saying is networking is super important in these events. They allow you to meet other people, to go beyond just the title and the description. These things allow you to go beyond just what a job description is, but meet the people behind it, get training, get to know information behind it. I think that's what you're conveying, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's also a field that's very broad and very difficult to get into. There's a lot of different angles in. You can get into security through reverse engineering. You can get into it through more of a risk management angle, and it's very difficult to start and evolve a career. And it's also, I think, a very interesting domain in general because a lot of both technical, social, economic, all kinds of problems intersect in security. And so having a quality event where people can further their careers and also get a whole lot more context for their personal interests in the field is really important.
I would also add just to what. Oh.
You're muted. Hello, Mathieu, you are muted.
Yeah, was that live, what you just said? Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm gonna take over where I left. So I want really to stress out the importance of cyber InfoSec event and the field of information security, because it really brings something that is extremely important. It is our relation to technology, that technology should be something that is accessible, that is explorable, and we should really be able to have this space where people can exchange about knowledge, what you can do with it, and how you can leverage technology to achieve whatever you want to do. Okay, thank you. So from this point that started in 2013, the event grew more and more each year. It is now the largest event in Canada that is organized by a nonprofit. It is 100% volunteer run. We have about 70% that works all year long. Lots of them work thousands of hours without any doubt. It is absolutely insane to be part of this group. When we are running on site, we have about 150 volunteers. This is quite massive in my opinion, and it's absolutely beautiful to see. The event is constantly sold out since 2013. As we said earlier, we have 4 days of highly technical trainings. These trainings are held for cybersecurity professionals primarily, but we also started to open the scope and the reach of these training to more kind of communities. And we also have this legendary CTF that sparkled the event. So basically, the mindset, and it's actually something that I wanted to say at the previous slide before my brain froze. This organization is really driven by a mindset of unreasonable growth and experimental testing. So we want to do what we can, not just what we can, but what people believe we cannot do. Yeah, that's it. I think you can switch slide now. So we also are driven by very strong values. We have a code of conduct that we enforce thoroughly. I would say that above all, respect for everyone, and with any regards to who they are, what they do, what they believe in. And the event is organized by the community, for the community, and this is extremely important, and it's something we want to bring forth. It's the feeling of belonging in a community. We are, as most of people that are in the hacker culture, driven by extreme curiosity, creativity, and so I wrote an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, but we could also summarize it by grit and the willingness to do things that are thought impossible. Of course, and for absolute basic human dignity reason, we have a strong inclusivity and diversity opinions. I don't know if that's a proper sentence, but it's something that is extremely important for the people of NorthSec. And another thing that is important is that information security is hard, and that's a super important message. Information security is hard. It is because technology is complex, it's becoming more and more complex, and it is hard. Hacking is hard, but we believe it is learnable, and it's something that requires collaboration and knowledge sharing between people. And so to us, learning and sharing the knowledge takes absolute precedence over vanity and over technical, what's this word in English, but over technical prowess. So
prowess is a correct word.
Yeah, prowess. So NorthSec, in NorthSec, what we want to foster is an environment where you can share, where you can have fun, where you can do crazy stuff, where you can organize crazy stuff and have the means to do it, and where you can learn from each other. And if you have questions, you can, of course, go see our code of conduct. Next slide, please. So now I don't see the numbers, but these statistics, which are not extremely important for this presentation, but you can switch slide. We don't have time for that. What is great with online events is that we can extend our reach. So usually the attendance of NorthSec is, of course, mainly based in Montreal. We have more and more people traveling from around the world coming to the event, either to present or to participate in the conference or the CTF. But being an online event this year, we can extend our reach, and this thing that we noticed. So this year, we're going to have many people from Europe, from Asia, from Africa. And this is something we're extremely proud of, and that we hope will help bring us toward our goal of being in the top InfoSec conferences in the world. And winning the NorthSec CTF has been known now to be a feat of renown. So that being in the top 5, the top 3, or the top 1 place in the CTF is something that is recognized by the InfoSec industry. Yeah. So as most InfoSec conferences, as most events like that, the main value is network of people that you can create there, the people you can meet. So of course there are a bunch of events spread out throughout the week when it's in person. So we have a legendary Hacker Geoparty held by the legendary Olivier Bilodeau. We also have a conference party held in Arcade Bar, which is very cool. There's also a bunch of networking cocktails and dinners, especially around the training sessions. This year, everything will be on Discord, so you can expect lots of action over there. The Hacker Geoparty is going to be held there, and I think it's going to be fun. I think it's not going to be a waste of time to have yet another online InfoSec conferences. So if you want to get involved, and I swear it looks much more fun than the way I'm explaining it to you right now because I have the stage fright. First, you can make some noise. So participate in the event, meet some people, get yourself heard. You can win the CTF is the best way to become a challenge designer. And a lot of people would like to become challenge designer because it is a very desirable position in life, I think. So the best way to become a challenge designer is either to become friend with the group of people or to win the CTF. But it is a difficult job, and it is yeah, that's it.
It's highly rewarding, I guess.
It's highly rewarding. Thank you. So you can visit nsec.io/team. There is a button if you want to become a volunteer. It is a very great group of human beings that I feel extremely proud to be part of. So NorthSec now, because of the great work of the past president, has a large attendance and group of followers. And in order to leverage that, we leverage this large attendance in order to pass some communications that we believe are important. For example, this year, you probably have seen the initiative, Do We Look Like Hackers? To raise awareness to the image of the hacker that is usually negative, and we absolutely believe it shouldn't be the case. We also have a bunch of outreach initiatives, which has the goal to increase diversity in the field of cybersecurity. One example of that is the Black Hoodie training or workshop that we will be co-hosting with the Black Hoodie organization this year at NorthSec. And this is a reverse engineering training held by women and for people that identify themselves as women. So please register to this training if it is the case, and please don't if it's not the case. We also started doing a bit of awareness with our partners by communicating some security definitions, CTF warm-ups, and a bunch of these things. And you can expect to see more of that in the future. So without further ado, I will pass the mic to Jonathan.
Thank you very much. So actually, I didn't know if I had to do the stream part of it. So I don't know the slides, so I would have to learn it with you guys. But I just wanted to say that I'm kind of ninja, meaning that I'm behind the scenes. Right now, there's Seb that is trying to do something with the stream because we're asking him live to cue this, cue that. So big shout out to Sébastien Duquette, who's doing all the streaming stuff for this year. I haven't touched anything. I did the stuff last year with Emil. It was awesome. Emil is still going to be the face of NorthSec, right, Emil? You're still going to go ahead and talk.
Yes.
So Seb, go ahead and add Emil in the scene, and good luck. So basically, I think that this is a documentation that I did last year about the postmortem of what happened with the streams. So we had a lot of people actually watching. because on average viewer were over 300, but we also did stream all night for maybe 48 hours for the CTF, and then it started also during the week with the conference. So the peak viewer were almost up to let's say 600 people. And the hour watch, which is the thing that you have to look, because it's not just that, oh, there's one view. It's like how many hours basically people have put at looking at the stream last year was over 10,000. So this is awesome. With the size of the event, it means that a lot of people were watching. And in the amount of view, it's over the 6,000. I'm guessing that this is mostly maybe one person coming in. It depends because the stat varies a lot. If you look at the graph right there, I don't know if I can touch it. No, I cannot. If you look at the graph, you see like the first thing is like the conference, and then there's a dip, and because it's like the first night, I think after the CTF, and then it goes all in, and then it goes slower up until the Sunday, until the end event where everybody tuned in. So that's basically what we had on Twitch last year. This year, I believe that we're going to stream both in, let's say, simultaneous cast on YouTube and Twitch. So you'll be able to choose which platform you want to be in. Next slide, please, because I don't know what it is. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. You see, I came all prepared. I know exactly what I'm doing. So, no, it's good. It's good. Go back to that one. We're not there yet. So, whoa, too forward. Okay, that's good. That's good. Good job, Sam. By the way, I'm still waiting on Emil to be added into that scene, and I'm not seeing you working. So this year, it's on YouTube and Twitch, like I said. And so if you follow right now the YouTube channel and hit the small bell, the same goes with Twitch. You'll get a notification when we go online. The streams, I think I asked Seb yesterday or this morning, and it's supposed to start just a little bit before. So you'll have like mostly kind of a heads up, and then you'll be able to have a look at what is going on. And so normally we don't want to do two things like that because it splits the community in half, right? Because you're like, well, half of the viewer will be on YouTube, the other half will be on Twitch. Maybe some of them are biased because I don't know. And so, I'm going to be so hard with Sam. I need next slide soon. And so because of that, I think the choice that we did this year was, he's almost there though. The choice that we did this year was to go with Discord as the main platform for interaction. So it means that we're basically going to more so lock down the chat on Twitch and on YouTube. So that way, you guys will be able to interact. So Emil, if you want to jump in right now and say, what do we plan to do with the stream and Discord before I jump into Discord?
Yeah, I can talk a bit about what we're planning on doing on stream this year. So obviously there's going to be a bunch of surprises. I don't want to spoil everything, but we are planning on streaming through the event this year, just like we did last year. There is going to be, a live stream showing the scoreboards and like all of this success that you guys are having during the CTF. But of course, we're going to have also special segments where we try to talk with people from the community, also bringing some folks and maybe recap some of the highlights during the weekend. We also might have some special guests that will be coming back this year. So watch out for a potential Saturday evening classic coming back.
Awesome. So let's jump with the next one. Big thanks, Emil. I guess we'll see everyone after the presentation because we're a few in the calls right now. I don't know if we've seen it, but I'm not the only one with Serge and Emil. There's other people on webcam. So hopefully during the Q&A, you guys we'll get to interact with them. So Discord as a virtual venue. It's basically what you need to think about is that because we're still online this year, we're just replacing most of the logistics that you see on Discord with, replace most of the logistics that normally you'll see in a normal venue. You go in rooms and stuff like that, and we're just going to do it on Discord. So if you go to next slide, because apparently those are mine and I don't even remember what it is. So The features of Discord, if you don't know what Discord is, like it's a website/application that you can download right now using this link. NSEC.io/Discord will give you a link. There's a button that literally gives you a link in order to join the website and then just come into our server. So we're going to use this for chat and voice during the conference, the training, and the CTF for NorthSec this year. And so it means that you have like a bunch of, let's say, chat rooms, but also you have voice rooms. Of course, voice rooms, they're not used that much, but there's always a few people that are either chatting for fun or drunk that are there and might talk. If you join one, the odds that the first person who joins the other one will just trickle in. I guess I'm gonna do that as much as I can, and I'm gonna also try to motivate the other staff members so that they can do that, so that we can interact a lot with people. So we also have some private sections for you guys, and so if you register and paid for the CTF, there's some places where only you will have access to. You'll be able to get in touch like much closer to the challenge designer and everybody than if you weren't registered, because we're like, that's one of the things that you can get when you go on an on-site event that by the way that used to be at that thing. So it is not a lot. There's a few channels there, but you will see it once you register on the, let's say, Friday for the CTF. The conference, we actually did the same this morning for the workshop. So if you are into the workshop, we'll give you we'll give you access to like a special section for that. The training will be the same as well. The training will be, and I think the workshop as well, we're using another platform. I believe it's Zoom. But all the chat and all the stuff that we want to retain will be in Discord, again, in other private channels. And during the CTF, every team will have their own private channel. So you'll be able to chat just with your team, voice and text, and we're going to provide like the Discord server for that. We actually paid for it. So the video sharing quality, as you see right now, because this is my webcam in it, it's like, it's HD, it's basically full HD while it was HD before. So it's a bit better. The way we manage all that, okay, because that's a lot, right? Because we need to manage accesses and stuff. We did some magic stuff with the CTF, but mostly we have Flagbot that gives roles and also validates some stuff before the event. So right now there's a warm-up and there's the badge that is already running. So if you haven't bought your badge yet and you want to work on the badge because it's not part of the CTF, but it's still a super awesome badge that I have right there. And it's like, it's a super big screen. Seb, can you do big screen? Wow. So I don't know if there's a slide about badges, but oh, nice. I'm so proud of it. And I'm like, yeah. So in this thing, there's flags, right? But because the CTF is not live yet, the way that you're going to validate your flag for the badge, ready to see if you find something good or not, is we have Flagbot that is in Discord. So as you are doing that, you're being giving roles and stuff. If there's any green people, because you will see there's a green color for the badges, please hit up general because we want to see your nick right now and we might show you on stream if you want to say hi. But you will have like kind of the street crest that goes with it. So that's what we offer to you for the magnific price of maybe $60. So it's good. We're going to have fun during the event. We're going to also manage a let's say system, a ticket system. Okay, you know, like, okay, you're having problems during your CTF and you want to reach an admin, right? In the past, we used to be on Slack and at everyone, and then everybody will yell at you or you ask a question and nobody sees it. This year, what we've done is that we have Helpbot, who's going to manage for you requests. So you can request from help and you have a NorthSec staff / a challenge designer, so a real human being that will just come and join in. So yes, you're interacting with bots. It's robots all over the place. But at some point in every request, you'll get a human being that will just either come chat voice with you or just go in the text. Next slide, please.
To add on to that, the goal is really to try to retrieve the experience of having a the on-site experience where you actually the designer comes to your table and talk to you, right? Like this is something we lost last year, and we found that was really important within the CTF portion of NorthSec, and this is why we're doing this year.
Excellent. Thank you, ominous voice that is not being shown on stream right now because Seb is not fast enough. Okay, so I'm just trolling, right? Because it's such a lot of pressure when you're doing the things live. And me and Emil last year, we spent dozen and dozen of hours doing that thing. And so I'm just trolling a little bit. Okay, so the Discord features, like I said, if you click on somebody's nickname, you'll be able to see what the hell they have been doing. So if they are staff, you will see, by the way, all the staff are blue, so it should be easy to identify who's staff and who is not. And if you click on any nickname, right now there's not that many people in chat, but if I say, hey, in general, and then you click on my nickname, you will see that I'm an admin, moderator, and all that stuff. So there's roles, you have to learn how it is. There's also secret roles that you can get mostly with Flagbot. If you just chat with people left and right, you might be able to discover some. Of course, if you do the badge and also the warm-up, if you don't know about the warm-up, basically check out Twitter or send a # help into Flagbot, or just text Flagbot and it will tell you where to look for the warm-up. The warm-up is basically some really, really basic, let's say, challenges that you can do before the event just to get used with Discord and Flagbot and just get you in the mood. Right now we have, I don't have the exact count because I need to do maths. So let's do maths live. So right now there's 30 people that has completed the warm-up, and for a big, let's say, total of 90% that has actually participated. So this is awesome. We also kind of did it, by the way, because I didn't plug it well enough. If you're not on Discord right now, there's a URL on the top right of this stream that is nsec.io/Discord. Go there and join right now. You'll be able to do the warm-up. You'll be able to see, I don't know what the people are doing with the badge. There's a channel for that. And so, yeah, so those are the roles. A lot of them are useful, are meaningful, but a lot of them are not. If you see a bagel, it's just because we had a bug in Discord at some point that we needed to fix, and the solution was a bagel. Because bagels, 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 is a thing that is always good at NorthSec. Next slide, please.
All right, thank you very much, Jonathan. So I'm here today to talk, I'm here today to talk to you about the CTF. So it's at NorthSec, as you know, there are several activities, from the trainings, from the conference, and the CTF as well. So the CTF mostly is a 48-hour competition. This year we'll have 20 teams, so it's quite a large CTF when you compare to other CTFs. We believe we're among the biggest, and every year we have a scenario that changes. So we had a root CA at 1 year. We had at the Annos of the United Nations. We had bakery, chips in your brain. We had a high school last year. So first, shout out to Eric for all the lore and all the scenarios. I think it adds a lot to the competition. And regarding what type of challenges you have, on the next slide when possible. On the next slide, you'll find out that we have a lot of type of challenges. There could be web. We have lots of web, crypto for all you fans, steganography for all you people who like that type of thing, reverse engineering. We have trivia. We're a big fan of trivia of several kinds. So we have lots of subjects. Last year we had data science. That was a pretty big success. Forensics is always a really big success as well. So you have you have a broad range of challenges. Like 1 year you had the BGP poisoning, if you like these type of things. So there are so many types of challenges it's for everybody. Regarding the skill level, while we have some challenges that are more aimed at people who start, we pride ourselves to have, well, we try to have some challenges that are really, really difficult. The idea is we want to be a world-class CTF. So if you like winning this CTF should make you proud. It's the type of thing where you've shown your skill, you've shown your expertise. So we go from what I believe would be pretty simple challenges to nosebleed and insanely difficult challenges. Yeah, that's pretty much the type of training. Now, what does a challenge look like? So if you've never done CTFs before, like what does it look like in real life? Well, a challenge has like 3 parts. The first part is the description. So you get, in our case in discourse, you'll get a description like, hey, my friend, I found this exe. I wondered if you could write a correct me. Perhaps that would help. Something like this. So it basically tells you what to do and sometimes also how to submit the flag. So if the flag has a certain format, or if the flag has something special, or if there are hints that we need to share, well, these type of things would be in the description. In a few moments, David will share his tricks, how he won several times NorthSec, and things that would make how to improve on your team. But one hint I can strongly recommend you is to read the descriptions. If you don't read it, sometimes you can lose so many time trying to find the right format, or just reading the description can go a really long way in order to improve your CTF game. Then once you've had the description, the second part of the challenge is actually doing the challenge, being solving it either with tools, with teamwork, or with creative solutions. And the last part is there's a robot called Ask God where you submit your flag and you're told whether or not it's good. If it's good, then you get points. Congrats. Otherwise, keep trying. So that's basically a challenge at a very high level. Now, what makes a good challenge, our philosophy behind it, is the what to do should be very clear. When you're facing a challenge, what should you do should be very easy to understand. I need to get the flag that's behind this web page protected by a password. Now, how to do it could be very, very complex, depending. Like maybe it's yet another Rowhammer challenge, or a new Spectre attack that we need to do, or perhaps something. It could be very, very difficult. But the intent is way more that it should be clear what to do, but the how can be very difficult. Now, for challenges, the first thing is there should be no guessing. Like, we do not expect you to be mind readers. So if I have a path slash top secret slash QWERTY slash something, there's no way you can guess it. So either we'll give a hint, check the source code, we'll have a robot.txt, we'll let you know in the description, but there should be no guessing as part of the challenge. If you need to guess, then we as challenge designer are doing something wrong. Dumb brute force is never the solution. For example, 1 year we had a captcha challenge, and some people tried brute forcing forever, and that doesn't work. Like, smart brute forcing might be possible, but what that I mean is, for example, sometimes there was a challenge on a pin where you had to brute force a pin locally, and that takes less than a minute, no problem. But we had a team 2 years ago who rented a very large cluster on Amazon to try to crack some challenge, and you're spending money for no reason. Same idea, the tools should confer no advantages. The reason being, not all students are working, not all participants are working. Sometimes you have students, so we do not require IDA Pro, we do not require any special tools. Having tools should not provide you any advantages, or at least commercial tools should offer you no more advantages than others. Like, running Nessus against our challenges will lead you nowhere, and this is not the type of thing that we would recommend would work. So basically, these are how we design our challenges. So, David, you're up.
Thank you, Laurent. That was really great information, and I think that it will help people to understand better what kind of challenge there are in the NorthSec. I'm quite sad we cannot see my full T-shirt right now, but I'm wearing the goats T-shirts from our team. So, as you may know, I'm from the goats team. I've been playing with the team since 2018, and yeah. So during past CDF, we experiences some tips and things that can help you to build a good team and also be prepared for a great CTF. So right now I'm going to share some tips that are more aligned with winning the CTF. Like, because there is two type of CTF. Like, you can go at the CTF and just have fun and just talking with people and just having fun and trying to solve challenges. But there is also another type of attending to the CTF is when you want to win. So there is some kind of difference there. So firstly, you want to have a strong communication between your team. What we have found in our team is that trying to share all the information between those challenges. So like trying to have a spreadsheet where you can list like all the challenges and you can put an update or a status on this challenge. So you can share this information with your team and just realize that oh, okay, this challenge has been solved, so I will not waste time on it. The platform we're using, it's really simple. I think we're using like Google Drive with with document with some table where we were sharing some information between those challenges. But there's other kind of platform you can use like Notions or Discord. I've seen other team using Discord. That was really interesting. They were creating like a chat, a text channel and a voice channel for each of the challenges. So that can help because you can share all the information between those. The second point is assign specific role to everyone. So make sure to have at least some people in the category expert. So that you need some people that are like expert in web, for example, reverse engineering, forensics, or cryptography. So at that time, since the CTF was on site, so there was like 8 players. There were at least like 4 to 5 category expert, and the other members was all around expert. So like you need like very people that will be focused on like specific challenges like web and etc. And all around people will try to solve as much as they can and get the points on any kind of challenges, or just shadow some people and trying to solve trivia challenges, for example. We added a third point, which is Google expert researchers, because there are some people that are, I don't know what they do, but they're more like voodoo, and they do some tricks by research, by doing some research on Google, and they're really good at this. So that can help your team to get some information that you need, like papers or black hat slide or things like that. So when you are looking for a specific vulnerability, you can ask like someone else in your team that is really good for research that can help. The third point is trying to manage your time with your teammates as much as you can. So trying to be aligned with your team. So if your team comes up at 9 a.m. to start the CTF, like try to start the CTF at 9 a.m. with them. I've seen with other team, like people come up at 9 a.m. and then they left for a break, for a 4-hour break, and on the next day they don't show up, and on the last day they are there. So if you want to win a CTF, you have to make sure to be consistent on the time, and because solving challenges will ask you a lot of time. Some challenges can be solved in like 1 hour, but other challenges can be solved in like 8 hours, or it can take days. So yeah, make sure to manage your time, and also make sure to sleep and eat correctly. One thing that is funny is that when we did the CTF on site, we were having someone who was responsible for ordering lunches. So basically, this guy was responsible to order like lunch for every teammate in the team. So no one has to like take care of that. So that was really fun. All right, so I think we can go on the next slide.
Yeah, I'm the lucky.
Oh, I think I have another slide.
sorry.
Yeah.
If I may add, can I add something? Drink
Yeah.
mate. If
Yeah.
it's available to you, drink mate. You can also eat croissant because you might have croissant, or you should find croissant if you are not on site the NorthSec CTF.
How do you spell Mata? Please spell Mata for us.
Mata.
Thank you very much.
Can you give a bit of insight of what is that drink? Maybe some people does not know.
So mate is an ancient drink coming from South America that has some special property, and that has swept the market of soft drinks in Central Europe a few years ago, and is now taking hold of the market in Montreal. So Mata Mate is a brand that is coming from the Montreal underground scene, and that we particularly like at NorthSec. Disclaimer, it might make you act weird after 3 days.
Yeah, this is a really good drink. All right. So I'm going to share some quick tips we had over the years. So make sure to read the rules. Read the rules can make you between a team that win and a team that will not win. So it's really important. Make sure to do that, because you don't want to attack like domain that are not in scope, or just like don't brute force like as good and things like that. So it's just a waste of time. Try to read past CTF write-ups, and try to read also research from designers. That can help you to understand what kind of challenge you can find, and just to be prepared to the CTF. Always keep an eye to discourse. Discourse can be updated like every, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on the situation, because discourse is a platform where all the challenges are shared. So if there is an issue on a challenge on the discourse, it will be updated. So there will be some message saying like, oh, the challenge is broken, or there's a fix there, or there is a hint, for example. So try to look at discourse, and if you have any information regarding a new update on discourse, try to share it with your team. Know your tools, really important, and don't come at the CTF without your tools. So make sure you have everything installed before starting the CTF, because a lot of people can't come at the CTF and they start to install everything, and that's just a waste of time first, and it's not really the goal here. And the last point, if you're stuck, try to ask help. So go in your team and just ask help to your colleague, and try to just don't be stuck on a challenge. So on like 2 or 3 hours, try to just ask help. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you will have fun, and yeah.
Can you provide a bunch of examples of tools that people could prepare in advance? Very broad overview, for example.
For sure. Like, make sure to have at least one virtual machine where you can have, like, if your OS is on Windows, for example, try to have at least one virtual machine with Linux. I will suggest, like, for people starting CTF, I would suggest just install Kali Linux, where you have like most of the hacking tools already installed on the virtual machine. So that's a way to go. Have Burp Soup installed to be ready to solve some web challenges. So Laurent, do you have any other tools you have in mind right now?
Well, having a scripting languages, be it Perl for the older amongst us, hi Olivier, or Python or Go, or having one way to script things would be very helpful. Having Guidera installed or IDA Pro or some ways to do reverse. String, EXIF tool, please update it. These type of things might be helpful. 1 year we had a team who installed Backtrack, so Kali before Kali, for the whole CTF. They learned a lot, but all they did was install Kali. Perhaps have your operating system ready. That would be helpful as well, I guess.
If I may add another tool that would be useful to download ahead, take a look at Flare VM. It's a FireEye that's making that. The only neat trick with Flare VM is that it's so bloated that it will take you maybe 24 hours to get your VM ready. So don't do it during the CTF.
Good advice.
Yeah, good advice. So I hope you have fun, and I think the first objective of the NorthSec is one, learning and have fun, right?
So regarding the IT infrastructure, this year, well, every year at NorthSec, the infrastructure is isolated, which means that you can break your own challenges, but nobody else than you can break your own challenges. So you will not have someone from another team deleting flags or anything, because you have your own system for your team. And while this is super nice, this creates lots of IT infrastructure challenges, because you understand that, say we have 150 challenges times 20 teams, plus routing, plus the servers. Some challenges have more than one servers. We have Windows. We have so many things. Then, of course, that means we need to have a pretty large infrastructure. So the bulk of it is running on LXD 4.4. We've now have way more. We add one firewall. Now we have 5 firewalls. Every year there's either a fire alarm or a electricity problem or something. So we planned for these type of events. Now we have everything in with the BGP. So if there's a node that drops, we should, in theory, be much more resilient. And that's basically what we have for our infrastructure right now.
So for those who are interested, if I may add, our IT lead, Stéphane Graber, is every year doing a presentation after the fact of what are the interesting things to know about the infrastructure. And so every year we go bigger and bigger, more and more things happen. And there are always very interesting events. I think there were a bunch of kernel bugs that were found during the first few events of the CTF. That's something that is quite interesting. So Stéphane is a legend of the local scene, and he is, of course, busy with the rest of the team right now to prepare the CTF that is coming in 2 weeks. So that's part of the reason he's not able tonight to explain to us what is to expect with respect to the infrastructure. So if you have specific questions, you can always contact us, and this is exactly the goal of this session. So I will then pass the mic to Mathieu for the training session.
Hey, hello everyone. So I'm here to talk about the training sessions. This is my first year as the VP of training, and I think that we were able to make quite an awesome lineup for you guys. So next slide, please. So this year we have Spectre Ups with their brand new training adversary tactics vulnerability research operator, or VRO, for the intimate people. You might know Spectre Ops. They are top notch. I think all of our trainers are top notch this year. Brian King is from Black Hills InfoSec. He is doing modern web app pen testing. So I'll show you some things that are a little bit beyond the OWASP top 10. We have Falcon Force that's going to make a training about detection engineering, so how to properly build some rules in your environment. We have 40 North that's going to do a 4-day intrusion operation, so go in depth into how you build a good red team engagement. And I've read some of their blog posts, and these guys are awesome, very elite. We have the next one is about analyzing traffic and finding traces of malware. If you have PCAPs in your network and you don't know what to do, this is the training that you guys need to have. It's very good for Defender, but also for malware researcher. And we have the 2 last trainings that are already complete, unfortunately, but we have the NTC group that is offering offensive cloud security, and Charles Hamilton, aka Mr. Unicoder, that is providing a 2-day red team training that sold extremely quickly as well. So as Serge mentioned before, we have 4 days of high quality training session given by the absolute best expert in their field, and all of that at Canadian prices. Most of these training were at Black Hat before. It's also a good place to do some networking, as our Discord Ninja told you earlier. You'll have some private room that we call coffee table, where you can go there between breaks and have a chat with both the staff and the other attendees. Said, can you remove that slide because I cannot read what's on the thank you. So the past trainer includes other very famous people. I'm not going to read them. You can see the name right there. If you want to register for one of our awesome training, the address is just here, nsec.io/training sessions. And if you have special needs for training for next year, we are happy to talk with you guys and try to bring the subject that are actually matters to you and to your organization to help you grow. We want to be the de facto training venue for everything security related I would say in the East time zone or in Eastern America. So that concludes what I had to tell you. Thank you very much. Next person, please.
Again, if I may, I'm sorry. We are the de facto training resource in the northeastern America, let's say. Thank you. That's just a detail.
Minor detail. Okay, it's me. Hi, I am Francia. I am VP Conference, and we should also have Hugo, but he's not on the screen, who has joined me in helping me to organize the conference this year, which is awesome and much appreciated. So I want to talk about some of the decisions that we made around the conference this year. Can we go to the next slide? All right. So essentially, I kind of doubt that there's anyone who's watching this stream who has not been to the conference, but I'll just say this for the sake of being true to reality. It's usually we have in the past few years we've had a 2-year conference. We're bringing together security experts from Montreal, around Montreal, and all kinds of parts of the world. It's a very useful event professionally where you're going to learn through both talks and workshops lots of things that are useful to your job. We've got lots of very technical topics, and we try to be very pragmatic in in the subjects that we choose. We also have an independent committee that chooses all of the workshops and talks. So it's it's something that we take pride in, having a committee that evaluates everything very, very neutrally, and we try to make sure that we have a program that is a mix of different types of topics, ranging from really very seriously hardcore, specific technical stuff to things that sort of open the mind to the broader possibilities of what InfoSec does and can do in society. So I think this is not the latest version of the slides, which is maybe a little bit of a problem. This might be about to be a disaster. All right.
That's fine, Flo. We've had a good deal of improvisation up to this point.
Okay, this is maybe about to look like a collage put together by a 5-year-old. Fair warning. But okay, so essentially, as I'm sure you all know, we have spent the past year looking at our screens, and while last year we put together a smaller conference, very kind of last minute, and it was still a very new thing to have an online conference at all. I think this year it's safe to say it is no longer a new thing. The novelty has worn off. And while NorthSec in person is an event that people typically have their employer pay for, and they go and they spend their entire 2 days there, they have their bagels, they have their croissants, they have their mate, beer, etc. I think it's safe to say that this year online is likely. And so we cut up the talks into essentially kind of mini conferences. So we have a bunch of talks that are grouped by subject. It's 2 to 4 talks, and then they're followed by moderated discussions, which we're taking a little bit out of the success, I guess, of Discord and Clubhouse during the pandemic. I think there's a desire to have kind of slightly more live, more spontaneous conversations, and that's what we're trying to facilitate with the Q&A sections that you'll see in the conference schedule. So essentially, we've got days that go a little longer. We're going from 9 to about 7 p.m. We don't have a lunch break because what is that in an online conference? And we've basically got the talks grouped into sections with a Q&A at the end, and we have special guests that will be coming to moderate those discussions, take questions from the audience, and also make sure that it's a lively chat. I will mention that our AV team is working very hard on this. Sam's not here today, but he's doing an amazing job. Some of the rest of his team. And I will also mention, as I watch Seb struggle here a little bit, that one of the things about running an event online is that when you're in person, maybe you're running back and forth across the Saint-Etienne, but if something breaks, you can see it. Whereas it's very stressful to be running something where feedback is necessarily delayed by several minutes, and there's just a lot of things that can go wrong and you just might never notice. Like, for example, right now I could be talking and no one could be hearing it and I would really have no way to know. So good times. So I want to, just talk a little bit about the schedule. So like I said, we have these blocks of kind of mini conferences, if you will. Starting with on Thursday, we have an AppSec section with a discussion at the end. Then we have this next section at around noon is on platforms and misinformation. So this includes a keynote by Cory Doctorow, which I think will be really fun, and then a follow-up from last year's talk on misinformation, and then we have something that's very local about Quebec elections. So I think that'll be super interesting. Then we're going to have vulnerability research. This one, again, is a mix of technical and legal social topics, specifically with context in Canada. And then we have a section on detection engineering. And that is it for day one. So as you can see, it's really, there's a lot of different things for everyone. We're starting with AppSec, lots of really interesting stuff there, really current topics like GraphQL. And I think that'll be a really lively discussion around the world of what's interesting right now in AppSec, what have we seen over the course of the last year. And then all the way through to detection engineering, taking a few pit stops through the sort of social subjects that are kind of adjacent to InfoSec and Intersect. Friday schedule, we've got the first block on malware and politics, and you'll see a few names that we've had at the conference before, and then you'll see some new folks there. Well, did my Discord crash? Okay, no, there we are. Okay, cool. All right, this is going great. So then we have cloud. And yeah, so basically we've got a discussion about various different parts, different techniques for and just subjects in cloud security, followed again by a discussion. And then after that, in the afternoon, if we can go to the next slide, perhaps, we will have a block on what it means to build good security teams. And a couple of different angles tackling that problem. And then finally, we will have a block on hardware. So that'll include a talk that's specifically talking about some of the old NSEC badges, which we think is really cool. And in this section, there might actually be a few additional surprises. We'll see about that. After that, we've got the workshops, and unfortunately, I had a slide that was about the logistics of workshops, but hopefully I remember what I was trying to say there. Yeah, so workshops will be, okay, yes, I remember. We released the tickets for the workshops via Eventbrite earlier today, so they are available. They are, in fact, free. However, we ask that you, buy for $0 a ticket through Eventbrite so that we can manage how many people are participating. And the reason for that is that each individual workshop presenter has, they like to run things a different way. The workshops can be structured very differently. And so in some cases, they would rather have a very small number of participants. In some cases, that number is larger. So we always get a lot of questions about this, why is it capped? And in the physical space, it's a little bit more obvious. There are only so many chairs in that room, and fire safety, I suppose, is a thing. But in this case, it's more about what the format of the workshop can support. So one thing that we are going to do is we're going to, in some cases, stream the workshop to YouTube as well. Fingers crossed that actually works. But essentially, if you're not able to get a seat through Eventbrite, you will be able to watch but not ask questions and kind of participate in the activities via YouTube stream. So as for the content, oh yeah, see, this is my collage of made by a child.
It looks wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let's just cover it. Let's just cover it up. So yeah, so again, we have a whole bunch of different workshops, everything from Kubernetes, fuzzing, we've got Atomic Red Team, we've actually got a workshop on how to break crypto, which is something that I've personally been trying to get for a while, so I'm excited about that. And then we also, I want to highlight two things. As I believe it was Serge mentioned, we have a Black Hoodie workshop on reverse engineering, which we're really excited about as well. And then I also want to highlight the automated contact tracing experiment workshop, and the reason I want to highlight it, well, there are two reasons. One is that I think is really cool and unique. It's both sort of very specific in the technologies it's using, and it's also very current and relevant as a subject, sort of crosses over between a lot of the things we like at NorthSec. But The logistical reason I'm highlighting it is that if you want to participate, you need to get gear. So that is all linked on the website. It is linked in Eventbrite. So if you want to participate, go shopping right now. I think that is it for me. Happy to answer questions. And as always, go check out the website and check out the schedule. Get your tickets on Eventbrite.
Thanks a ton,
Cool.
Flo. You have an amazing capacity to improvise, not as I did earlier, but I will try to get better over time and go along with the rest of the slides. I will try
I may have
to.
forgotten 15 important things and may have said several wrong things, so don't even worry about it.
We will communicate them in some way at some point. So I will race through the still important slides that we have left, but I see the time flying and probably that people are already a bit bored of listening to us. But feel free to start asking questions. I think Emil is starting to collect them if there are any. So badge life, it's something that has been part of the NorthSec DNA for a while right now, and not only NorthSec DNA, but the InfoSec conference scene worldwide. It's something that is extremely important and beautiful. Badge life is the celebration of hardware hacking. And hardware hacking is the idea that you can really explore technology, but not only on a software level, but on a hardware level. And you can create and design things at will. So the idea is that we create these small, like smart devices, if you may, and we try to make them so that you can interact with them, and ideally you can hack them, you can reverse engineer them, you can extend them, you can do whatever you want with them, and there will be more information about that during the conference. I think it's kind of a secret, but maybe I just blew it up, whatever. So we will publish more information about that. There will also be a workshop explaining what you can do with your previous year badge, because each year we give a badge to the participant, and maybe it is just accumulating dust in your wardrobe, but now after the conference you will be able to do stuff with it. This year, since the event, oh, I'm sorry, I was not done. This year, since the event is virtual, you can buy the badge online. As we said, there are no flags that can help you with a CTF in the badge, which was the case before, but you can gain street creds from the badge. You can buy it on the shop, and this is where you can switch slide. Speaking of the online shop, this year, since you will not a mug and t-shirt, we set up an online shop. So you can switch slide, please. So you can go at shop.nsec.io. It's a very simple and plain shop where you can buy extremely beautifully designed goods. You can buy the badge. You will not get a choice of the color of the badge that you will receive. This is intentional. And you can then brag with the badge after the fact. We believe it is one of the most beautiful piece of design we ever produced, and we have good reaction with respect to that. You can also buy a classic collection and a themed collection of this year CTF. It is up to you to try to guess what the theme is with this design, and we don't believe you can, and this is an important thing. Anyway, you can expect more things to be available at the shop, especially during the CTF. There will probably be very limited and exclusive things that you will be able to get yourself, so you can brag in the street that you've been part of the NorthSec experience. Okay, thank you. So last but not least, sponsorship. As I tried with little success to explain at the beginning of the talk, of the presentation, InfoSec conferences need to be independent. And this is because the main idea of InfoSec and of hacking in the good sense end of technology is that we should have the right to explore technology. And so because of that, we need to stay independent of corporate not incentives, but you know what I mean. But of course, we need money to organize things, and we are also, which is the world. So we need the support of enterprise organizations. So that's why we need sponsors. So you can switch slide. So why would you associate with NorthSec? Well, because NorthSec represents the brightest minds in their field in our, well, traditionally in our part of the world, but now to a much larger extent. So you would support a nonprofit organization that is 100% run by volunteers. Nobody makes $1. And trust me, the people who organize NorthSec should get a lot of dollar for doing that, but they don't. And we really do it because we love to do things together for a greater purpose. So what you can get out of it, except just plain visibility, well, you can get access somehow to this pool of talent by being present in the event. We will not share any list of participants in any kind of way because we respect privacy. It's part of our core values. You can reach technical influencers, of course, and you can also start communicating the network of startups and small businesses that surrounds the Montreal ecosystem. Well, you know, like all of the rest of the things that are kind of expect of this kind of event. So if you want to support NorthSec, you can go on our website, www.nsec.io. If you explore more than 5 minutes, you will surely end up on the sponsorship page. So this year here you have the list of our 2021 sponsors. That is a typo in the slides. And we would like to thank them all. There are others that are constantly adding up until the beginning of the event. So this slide could get bigger next few weeks. So thank you very much. I know that was a lengthy presentation, and maybe there are still things that have not been said, and you can ask in the Discord channel for more clarifications.
Thank you very much. I'll be taking from here. So yeah, thank you everyone for the amazing presentation. I think, I hope that it enlightened our folks over here about how we organize NorthSec, and especially the CTF part where David shared a lot of insight on how to perform at the CTF too. So that was really great. I didn't even see the slide before tonight, and that was really cool. So yeah, we'll move into the AMA portion of the evening. I will be monitoring the question on Discord, so please join the Discord at nsec.io/discord. As you can see, there's the general channel somewhere over here. I will be asking a question to our panel of guests. If you want to ask a question specifically to someone, please put it in the question itself. Otherwise, I'll just assume that it's a question for everyone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks again, everyone. And I'm just going to start monitoring for questions as we don't have any yet. I mean, do we have? So, so Olivier Bilodeau asked, wouldn't this distract from the CTF? I'm guessing that he was asking about the badge. Does anyone want to speak of this?
What, can you repeat the question?
Sorry, I'm just gonna pull the Slack up, the Discord up. So yeah, so Olivier Bilodeau asked, wouldn't this distract from the CTF? I'm guessing he was asking about, would the batch distract? Oh no, the kernel panic random crashing game.
No, I think it's something that is related to the previous conversation in the Discord.
Oh, I see. Well, I got distracted because there was no question yet. So
we shall forget.
Nitbix asked IPv4 question mark?
Never, but maybe Laurent can answer that question.
Yeah, well, every year Most of the challenges are IPv6. In fact, all challenges are either local or IPv6. So you might have a binary that listens to localhost, so 127 and colon, but otherwise, it's pretty much only IPv6.
Thank you very much. We have Pierre David here that asks, how many flags can we expect? I can maybe say it as I saw the list of flags and challenges. I will say many, but when I say many, I think it is our biggest pool of challenges or flag points that you can acquire so far. It will be, I think, the largest version of our CTF yet. So it is very exciting. Next question is: are there a lot of badges left to purchase? Maybe Serge Olivier.
Yes, I can. So there were, all in all, so we have a fixed number of badges. There were all in all available 400 badge. I do not know exactly the number of badges left. There are some left, but I doubt that by the beginning of the CTF there will be some. So if you want one, and if you want to brag during the CTF with the street creds accumulated with the flags, you can get it soon. The shipping is extremely fast, so I would do it sooner than later if I were you, because we don't expect to have any leftovers.
Yep. Cool. Thank you very much. Next question again from Pierre David. Will you be coming back on site in 2022?
I hope so.
Yeah, I think we
There are some things we can control, like end of the world and invasion of dinosaurs. From the information that we have, I believe we will come back in 2021. Otherwise, we will be extremely creative to bring something of value.
Yeah, we all. I personally, I'm really looking forward to an on-site edition. But yeah. Next question. We have a question about the talks. Will they be available after the broadcast?
Yes. I don't know if we'll have them available immediately as a sort of video on demand from the stream, but that may be the case, and then they'll all get cut up, posted.
Yes, I believe last year if you go on our YouTube channel, I think all the talks from last year are there, right?
Yeah, they're there.
Cool. Thank you very much. I'm gonna skip Pierre David's question because I feel like it's a troll question, but about watching hackers. But we have someone else asking: is there a way we can drink with moderation during the CTF? I mean, you will be competing from home, so you are free to do whatever you want. But please don't intoxicate yourself too much while hacking. Yeah.
Maybe David has an opinion on that because
yeah.
we had to deal with.
David, do you think it is a good idea to drink during the CTF?
Well, what I can say is that if you have someone that can feed you, that's better. But yeah, I mean, it's your decision if you want to drink or not. I mean,
actually, yeah. I've developed an algorithm regarding my alcohol consumption during the CTF. So I'm Joey, a former participant in the CTF in the GOATS team, now challenge designer. So my algorithm is fairly simple. If I see that my team is in the top 15, I don't drink. But as soon as we go under that, I might start opening a beer or two or more. And yeah, I've lived by that for the past few editions, maybe 5 or 6 editions.
I believe that, yeah, it is a good idea. But I mean, it is a good rule to have. It does sound like it can get crazy a little bit. But yeah, okay. Thanks for the answer. Well, we have another question. So, what is the CTF schedule? 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. as usual. So I'm guessing you're talking about like the time during the day which the CTF is open. We don't have exact hours, but it's probably going to be like this, like last year, where we open up the infrastructure at 9 a.m. so people can start submitting flags, can start doing things, and then at 3 a.m. we close it so that our infrastructure team can sleep a little bit. Otherwise, it's kind of a lot more intense for them to get through it. I believe that the CTF should, and I say should because there's always things that can happen. It should start Friday at 8 p.m. On Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, it starts Friday evening and then going through the days. Am I missing something about the hours, Laurent?
No, you're great.
Perfect. So we don't have any more questions. If you have any, I'm still looking at the channel right now. Otherwise, if someone wants to say something while we're waiting, the room's open.
Well, I want to say thank you to everyone who showed up to this Q&A session here. It's very kind, and it was called last minute, so we had to make up with a lot of stuff, and there's so much information. That's why what we thought would take 25 minutes took an hour and a half. So thank you to all the people involved in this organization. It's very humbling.
Big shout out to Serge Olivier, which is on the Eastern time zone, European time zone, and is now staying really up late to attend this. So big shout out. We have a new question. So how many volunteers is required to run that kind of event? A really great question. Serge, do you want to pick it up, or anyone?
Yeah, sure. Well, it depends on so many things. It depends on how much time and the level of involvement of your volunteers. But I say to run an event the size and scope of NorthSec, which is kind of impressive, you would need on site at least 100 to 150 volunteers for the size that we have. To run this kind of event virtually, I mean, we have like 30. How many, Laurent or Emile? How many challenge designers do we have?
Around 20.
Around 20, and many people to moderate during the event, many people to create content, design stuff. There's really a lot of logistics also involved. It's quite impressive to be on the other side of the organization. And to run it on site, well, that's even more, of course, because we have to set up the rooms, we have to plan everything ahead, we have to build up stages, we have to run AV, record everything, we have to clean everything after, of course, we have to serve drinks and food. I mean, it's just a monster to organize. And since we plan on becoming the best InfoSec security in the world, and for example, an event that we look on as an example of a well-organized event is the CCC, which is held yearly in Germany. They have about 2,000 volunteers for 18 to 20,000 participants. So you can see the scale. We have about 100 volunteers for about 1,000 to 1,500 participants at the last on-site edition, of course.
Yeah, that's great. That's I mean, definitely like a when we're talking about like a remote version of NorthSec, we definitely need less people, but we need people that are like even more present because they have like a lot of job. But definitely when we're on site, we have a lot of volunteers, and we have like volunteer shifts and everything, so that everybody knows when they need to be there and everything. And we cannot thank them enough for their generosity for their time, because it is like without them, there's no NorthSec. I will be taking the last few questions because it's already 8:30. So we'll be. I think there's two more in the call, and then we can maybe wrap this up if there's no more. Oh, there's three questions, so we'll take these three and then move on. Except if there's like plenty of them that just shows up. So, will there be a non-fungible coin this year? Where I am? Do you want to take this out? I mean, we will be. We always try to make coins. I have mine always next to me. Like every year, when you if you are volunteer speaker or like finish in the top 3 of the CTF, we do make coins and ship them out. Last year, I believe we did a bit a bit later than what we usually do, and that's on us. I apologize, but we will be making some this year. Are there going to be NFTs about NorthSec? I believe we have NFTs, but I don't want to spoil it. I don't know. I know nothing about this. I said nothing. We have CyberSlash asking for the CTF. I understand there will be private text and voice room for the team. Do you expect them to be used all the time or just to coordinate with staff? With teams of 20, I suppose they will be crowded. Maybe, Jonathan, do you want to take this one?
I wasn't listening. Can you repeat the question, please, sir?
Yeah, so the question is, for the CTF, I understand there will be there will be private and text and voice rooms for the teams. Do you expect them to be used at all time or just to coordinate with staff? I suppose it will be crowded.
Well, okay. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna read it. I think it's better. So
basically, do you expect the voice channels that we're creating for every team to be used at all time, or just when you need to ask something to the staff?
Yeah. I just read the question. Thank you. So I think that it will be fine. Okay, because with Discord, it just becomes to be a nightmare when you are way more than 20 people in the same room. And also you will see that it's not everybody that talks at the same time, especially if we're thinking about the voice stuff. As an example, NorthSec staff has been doing their meetings, all the challenge designers and stuff, and we're about that number that we said, right? So we're kind of even a little bit bigger than a large team, and there's not really much problem in that because people will just learn how to mute their microphone, and then just like a small bunch of people will talk at the same time. For the texted channel, the staff actually won't see everything that you typed. So the staff will only see from start to finish when they are assigned to your actual channel. So it means that you open a ticket, they get the ticket, and they say, okay, I'm gonna go serve that team. The bot will alert you that they are here, and from their end, they will just see like a part of it. So you can use the chat as much as you want. Discord is able to like really take it a lot. We've boosted the server right now. When we will reach 500 people, we might even have like more features on our end. And so I think we'll be fine with that. And so if you want to use that channel to just have a talk with the staff and not do your own stuff because you're already, I don't know, you're a boomer on Slack or you're using a Google Doc, it's fine. We're not forcing anybody. But I think that a lot of people, they will either join a team they don't know much and stuff, and really the Discord might be the place when those type of interactions will be going on. And so, but yeah, you feel free to do it. And it's like, it's up to you. The only thing that we expect from people is that if they want to interact with us, we will ask them to hit like the # help, like hit the command in the channel, and that's it. That's the only expectation we have because we need to organize. But the rest, if you want to chill there, you can. If you want to be on the, let's say, public channel and spread nonsense, not too much because we have the code of conduct, but you can. If you want to chat with other people, you can on those as well. The only thing that I will say that you'll still be able to do, but I'm not suggesting, is that you'll be able to DM people. It's just that the way the interface works in Discord, I kind of not like it because the DMs are all in one place. And it's not the same. So you will see that it's easier for you even if you use like your private channel on Slack and like only the NorthSec, let's say, server in order to do so. But you could still DM worst case scenario. but we're doing our best so that, like, I don't know, when you have your own private channel, you're sure that other teams don't join, and you will see the nick list on the right side will change, and you will see that it's only basically your teams that has actually subscribed on Discord, and also that has like the VPN setup ready for the CTF. So you'll see those and a few bots. You're not supposed to see any admin, because we'll go into another mode where only bots and a backup owner account will be able to access it. So hopefully this has answered the questions, Cyber/17.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
very
think
much.
to add to this, like basically, like TLDR, you use whatever you want for your team. The main reason we created those rooms is that we're doing team merges. Like people are able to buy CTF tickets alone, and then we'll merge them with other people that they don't necessarily know. And having this room is really for people to connect together and be able to reach out to each other. So that if you already have a room, or you already have like a way to work with your teammates during the CTF, please use your channel, your way of doing it. But we strongly suggest, or almost enforce, to use your help bot thing, just so that like questions are funneled through the right thing. Pierre David is asking, will there be an after hours event during the CTF? So I have the permission to say it because I just asked. But yes, there will be. Saturday evening during the CTF, there will be a Hacker Joe party hosted live by Olivier Bilodeau. I am super excited about it, and I can't wait for it to happen. So yes, there will be after hours event. There's going to be other things than just the Hacker Joe party, but I think this is the big one, and that everybody's kind of excited about. So I am very excited about this one. And last question, but not least, where is the clock? I did purchase more furniture since last year, so I do have more stuff in my room. If you have your eyes open, you can see that the clock, though, is still in the corner behind the couch. I have not moved it since, because I'm very lazy and work all the time. So yes. So I think that's all for the questions. If you do still have more questions, please ask them in Discord, in the general channel. All the staff, everybody that's here and more, like everyone from the organization are in Discord. So if we see questions, it will be a pleasure to answer them. So keep them coming. We have answers for you. So thank you for coming tonight. We really appreciate seeing the hype from everyone for this year. We don't forget that our conference will be free and online. We will be streaming it both on YouTube and probably on Twitch too. It will be on May 20th and 21st. It's also not too late to purchase tickets for the CTF. If you still want to participate there, we still have CTF tickets to sell. The CTF is going to be from Friday, May 21st up to Sunday, May 23rd. So like 2.5 day kind of thing, because it starts in the evening. And if you want to keep the NorthSec experience going through the week after the CTF, we still have plenty of training tickets available, as Matthew explained earlier. So please go and buy some of our amazing trainings. The people giving them are they're really great and amazing. So please go ahead with it. And yeah, thank you all for coming. Have a great evening, and especially thank you for all the people that were here on the call for taking some time during this evening to answer all the beautiful questions and make the NorthSec organization known. So thank you, everyone, and see you in 2 weeks. I think. Yeah, see you in 2 weeks.
If I may, just quickly. I think one question that was looked over was, should we watch Hackers again? I think you should. Just a quick hint like that.
You should always watch Hackers a week before NorthSec. It's kind of a ceremony that you do to get in the mood, right? It's important. And you
also get outside, go rollerblading.
Yeah.
Hack the planet, etc.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone.